This is Afternoon Sports Slay with the Queen, Mike and Kay. We are here with the President, Cat Chambers. You know, we had to run it back one time. So we're going to discuss, certain things as far as the event with the performance boxing show in Puerto Rico in connection with the Detroit Golden Gloves. Okay, Cat, so how you doing today? I know it was like a lot going on at that event. How you feeling?
Not bad. More relaxed. Definitely more relaxed.
More relaxed? You cool? Okay, that's good. So I got to ask you too, like, how was the selection process with choosing the boxers for this event?
Well, this was, let me just say, this was new for the board. This is our first time taking a group of boxers outside of the territory to compete. The selection process, it was on past national champions. So anybody who won a national championship for the Metro Detroit Golden Gloves automatically earned a right to go to compete. The second part of the selection process was a board recommendation. So whomever the board chose felt that they wanted to go represent Detroit, that was who we chose. And the last and final part of the selection process was performance. So you had to perform to say, okay, I'm ready to represent Detroit in Puerto Rico.
Okay, so listen, Slayers and Slads, it was a very key part that Kat said too about the Detroit Golden Gloves in this event. She talked about volunteers, so we want the public to know too. This is not just doing it for the money. You're actually doing it for the love of it. Excuse me, the community. For the youth to help out. So Kat, is there anything else you want to elaborate about the volunteers and with in connection with the Detroit Golden Gloves?
Well, I just want to say again, we are volunteers. We do not get paid. People think we get paid, and we do not get paid. I can say the Metro Detroit Golden Gloves is one of the few franchises that actually flip the bill for their national tournament for the boxers. I mean, we get the uniforms, we get flight, we get hotel, we get per diem. When we get there, we do a team excursion dinner. So I can really say our whole board, we really put in because we're trying to better the community. It's not for us. We getting zero. Like we all have 9 to 5s. We all have our own jobs. So when we raise money, when we do things to make it happen for our community and for the boxers, it's definitely from our heart.
So, speaking about the volunteers too, like how do you guys, how are you able to raise the money?
Well, we have sponsors, people who sponsor, people who donate. This sponsor for this trip is TLC Health and Wellness, and then we had DBG who sponsored their gym for us to have the pre Puerto Rican preview. So we're basically on sponsors, and not only that, we do a Texas Hold'em tournament where we host the Texas Hold'em tournament 4 nights a week, 4 times a year, and that bring in like a couple thousand. But outside of that, it's sponsors, donations, yeah, sponsors and donations. So if you want to sponsor the next trip, please DetroitGoldenGloves.org.
Okay, so speaking about volunteers and the sponsorships and things like that, somebody that's working with the community in the city of Detroit or somebody that wants to get involved, how would they be able to, sponsor and help out the Detroit Golden Gloves?
Well, they can go to our website at www.detroitgoldenglove.org. And all the information is there on the website.
Okay, so what does it mean for the fighters to be going to Puerto Rico for the first time, being that this is a new initiative?
It means a lot. They're happy. They're excited. I'm excited. During this show, we had guys from Ohio to come down to compete, and to compete, not just to not having any expectations on even going to Puerto Rico. However, the sponsor called me the next day and was wondering why the guy from Ohio wasn't able to go. So when I explained to the sponsor, listen, it's just the guys from our territory, they wasn't happening. They said, listen, we like that guy and we like another guy who wasn't chosen. And they end up paying for 2 more boxers. So now we have a total of like 13 boxers that's actually going to Puerto Rico. So you never know who's watching you. You never know what room you in, how big, how small. You never know who really watching you. So that spoke volumes to me.
Absolutely. Okay, so you heard it here first. Listen, with the Detroit Golden Gloves, this is a problem. This is a big deal. So it's about to be a major problem. Right now, they're in Puerto Rico. They're about to hit Africa next year. So you want to make sure you tapped in. And they're not just covering Detroit. We talking about Midwest too. You see, she got Ohio too on board as well. Okay, so Kat, last year you just became president of the Detroit Golden Gloves. I was with you. I saw when you was there, you became the president. So I gotta ask you too, with this performance boxing show and the fighters going to Puerto Rico as the president, what does this mean to you, with this new initiative?
Well, it means a lot. I've been traveling with the national team since 2015, and I know that the travel makes a big difference in the boxers. It helped bridge the gaps between the gyms. Ansel's motto: "We leave as a team, come back as a family." Every boxer can't afford to go chase the USA boxing dream of being on the USA boxing team, going to the Olympics. They just can't afford it. Everybody not gonna be able to get a chance to go to the national tournament. It's just not their time, or it just they just won't. Uh, Not because they can't afford it, it's because other things. So implementing this initiative, it'll give any boxer who wants to compete outside their territory the opportunity to compete. They don't have to be the best, or they don't have to say, "Oh, I can't afford it. I can't," because everything is paid for. So basically, uh, traveling, seeing something different, experiencing something different. I know firsthand how that can change somebody's mindset. They can change their life when So I think it's a good thing, just to get the exposure. Um, yes, it's about boxing, but it's not solely about boxing. But I think it's a great thing.
Okay, so you heard it here first. This is the Detroit Golden Gloves, first of its kind, new initiative. I'm with the president, Cat Chambers. This is a game changer. Listen, let's also piggyback and touch on again about where you can go as far as if you wanted to, sponsor, definitely to give out help because this is a big deal. This is for the community. This is for the youth. This is Detroit. This is history. This is legacy.
You can go to Detroit, www.detroitgoldenglove.org, for all the information for sponsorships or donations.
Okay, so once again, you heard it. You know where you're supposed to go. Make sure you go on that website. Make sure you tap in, help out. We need all the help. And listen, Kat, the president, she doing it for the love of the game. Okay, it's not just she's not giving out bags. She's volunteering. She's doing this with hard work, dedication. All right, it's really, really, really key to make sure that we help out the youth. And it's bigger than boxing. It's about, so much more. So it's the Queen Michael K. It's the President Cat Chambers. You know what time it is. It's afternoon sports select.